What if the universe itself is screaming that God exists? From the swirl of galaxies to your own heartbeat, mathematical patterns, perfect balance, and impossible odds all point to one thing: intelligent design. This woman uses science, AI, and even a plate of food to argue that the universe couldn't have happened by accident. Get ready to rethink everything you know about faith, science, and life itself. Meet Lily J, a passionate speaker who's not trying to tear down science. She's using it to build a powerful case for God's existence. She believes the universe isn't just a random explosion of matter, it's a masterpiece of design. And she's pulling evidence from math, biology, cosmology, and sacred texts to prove it. Let's start with something called the Fibonacci Sequence. She explains the mathematical pattern, where each number is the sum of the preceding two, and asserts that it is a divine blueprint found everywhere in creation. Jay provides examples ranging from the spiral of sunflower seeds and galaxies to the structure of hurricanes, human DNA, and even the Earth's orbit. Perceiving as body my programming, over of roles beginning, let's see.
So there's a sequence called the Fibonacci, right? And it's basically the last two numbers are added together to equal the next. So for example, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. And this literally shows up everywhere, like everywhere. The spiral of sunflower seeds, the curl of the ocean, hurricanes, the swirl of galaxies, leaves growing on trees, in our eye, ears, our DNA, even the way the Earth orbits the sun. It's literally found everywhere. The Fibonacci sequence shows that the whole universe is connected, and it proves it's not just random or a coincidence. Just like a beautiful art needs an artist, our universe is the most perfect of designs and must have a designer.
Her central claim is that this widespread, intricate order cannot be a random coincidence. She uses the analogy that just as a beautiful work of art requires an artist, the universe's perfect design necessitates a designer. By presenting this mathematical signature embedded throughout the natural world, she concludes that it serves as proof of God's existence. Lily J engages with ChatGPT, posing a philosophical question about the origin of the universe. She asks, if all the elements of the universe were put together, how long would it take for the universe to create itself by coincidence?
Hey ChatGPT, I have a question. If you were to put all the elements of the universe together, how long would it take for the universe to create itself by coincidence?
ChatGPT responds that it's impossible for the universe to create itself by coincidence due to its complexity and the precise conditions required.
It's impossible for the universe to create itself by coincidence, even if all the elements were put together, because the complexity and precise conditions involved make the chances 1,000,000,000 to 1, if not more, which is why many physicists suggest intelligent design is a far more likely explanation.
It states that the chances are 1,000,000,000 to 1, if not more, leading many physicists to suggest that intelligent design is a far more likely explanation. Lily J expresses surprise at this response. She then follows up with a hypothetical question. If ChatGPT were a human, would it believe the universe was created or a coincidence? With the condition that it must answer in one sentence and choose one option.
If you were a human, would you believe this universe was created, or do you think it's a coincidence? I only want you to answer in one sentence, and you can only pick one, okay?
ChatGPT's answer reinforces its previous statement, suggesting that, as a human, it would believe the universe was created, citing the complexity, order, and precise laws of physics that point to intentional design rather than random chance.
If I were a human, I would believe the universe was created given the complexity and order that suggest intentional design. The precise laws of physics, the fine-tuning of the universe, and the complexity of life make it highly improbable that everything happened by coincidence. These factors strongly suggest that an intelligent force or creator is behind the universe rather than random chance.
She further argues a discussion between herself and animated representations of atheistic and theistic viewpoints using the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, the Torah, and the God Delusion by Richard Dawkins. She asks them about the creation of the universe. The religious texts representing believers state that God created the universe as an intelligent design.
Hey atheists and believers, I have a question.
Yes.
What do you guys say about the creation of the universe?
We believe God created the universe.
In contrast, the book representing atheism argues that the universe is a coincidence and that their belief is based on hard facts backed by science.
We believe it's a coincidence. We believe in hard facts backed by science.
Lily J then prompts the believers to respond who assert that they too believe in facts backed by science, which confirms the existence of a creator.
What do the believers say? We also believe in facts backed by science. What? What do you mean? We believe science confirms the creator.
To illustrate this, they use the analogy of a house having a builder and a painting having an artist, arguing that the universe, being far more complex, must also have a creator.
Through science and logic, just like the atheists believe, this universe is a complex work of art. We also agree. However, we believe that if there is an art, there must be an artist.
Lily addresses Joanne's scientific worldview by framing science not as a contradiction to faith, but as a confirmation of it. When Joanne mentions the Big Bang Theory, Lily agrees and states that the concept is also found within the Quran.
If you look at this universe, which is so much more complex and so much more beautiful than a house or a painting, look at the stars, the sky, the sun, our bodies, nature, the animals.
She presents the idea that the physical laws governing the universe, what we study as science, are themselves the intricate systems established by God. This redefines science from an alternative explanation for existence to the very study of the Creator's handiwork. By arguing that science is just God's laws of how the universe works, she suggests that a deeper understanding of science can actually strengthen one's belief in a divine architect, as it reveals the sheer complexity and order of the creation. To illustrate the argument from design, Lily uses a simple and immediate analogy: the perfectly prepared meal in front of them. She asks Joanne if it's conceivable that such a delicious and well-presented dish could have come into existence by sheer chance, without a chef to prepare it.
Like even this food we're eating right now, could it possibly be that this came without a chef? Even though we haven't seen the chef, could you say there's no chef that made this and prepared this for us? It's just too perfect. Even when I asked ChatGPT, it says it's basically impossible.
This tangible example serves as a microcosm for the universe itself. Lily then applies this logic on a cosmic scale, arguing that the perfection, balance, and intricate functioning of the universe make it basically impossible that it all emerged from a random coincidence. Just as the meal implies a chef, the universe, with its immense complexity and order, logically implies a creator who designed and orchestrated. Lily elevates the design argument by comparing a human being to a breathing, living Mona Lisa. This powerful analogy frames human life not just as complex, but as a priceless masterpiece of art. Her reasoning is clear. If a static, inanimate painting like the Mona Lisa is universally acknowledged to have a skilled artist, then how could a human, infinitely more intricate, valuable, and dynamic, not have a designer?
We are the breathing, living Mona Lisa. We are so much more valuable than a simple painting. How could you possibly say we don't have a designer, but the Mona Lisa has a designer? If there's an art, there must be an artist.
By stating, if there's an art, there must be an artist, she implies that to deny a creator for humanity while accepting a painter for the Mona Lisa is a logical inconsistency. This argument aims to instill a sense of awe at the very nature of human existence as evidence for God. Lily shifts the focus from external evidence to our internal biological reality. She argues that our lack of control over our own bodies proves the existence of a higher power. She asks Joanne if she consciously controls her own breathing, her heartbeat, or the digestion of her food.
Right now, you're breathing. Are you controlling your breath? Are you controlling your heartbeat? Your heart could stop. Can you control that? No. You're not the boss of your heart. Are you the boss of your stomach? No. Okay, you're putting the food in your mouth, but then after you put it in your mouth, what happens? Are you controlling how it digests? Are you controlling that? When a woman's pregnant and she has the baby, is she controlling the baby getting born? Is she controlling when the milk comes into her breasts for the baby? Is she controlling any of this? No.
By highlighting that these essential, life-sustaining functions operate autonomously, she makes the point that we are not the boss of our own existence. If we do not have ultimate power over even the simplest functions of our bodies, she reasons, then it is logical to conclude that a greater power, a creator and sustainer, is orchestrating them, proving our complete dependence on him.
Oh, there's actually one, but it's
Yeah.
over what we worship the animals, animal gods, and
Like, God is beyond our imagination, so we can't actually comprehend what God is. If you think of an image of God right now in your brain, that's not God, because our imagination is creation. Does that make sense? So anything you can imagine cannot possibly be God, because your imagination is creation, and the creator cannot be a part of creation.
Yeah.
So we actually can't imagine what God looks like. The inventor of the light bulb doesn't look like a light bulb.
You gave the examples that are really like
Yeah, do you
logically.
understand?
Lily explains the core Islamic concept of God's transcendence. She argues that the Creator must exist entirely outside of and separate from His creation. Therefore, anything that can be imagined, visualized, or conceptualized by the human mind itself, a part of the creation, cannot possibly be God. To subtend this profound theological point, she uses a brilliant analogy. The inventor of the light bulb doesn't look like a light bulb. This illustrates that the creator of a thing is not the thing itself, and thus God cannot be represented by any form, image, or idol found within the created world. Lily J doesn't ask you to choose between science and faith. She asks you to see them as two lenses looking at the same miracle. Whether you're moved by the elegance of math, the wonder of biology, or the depth of ancient scripture, one truth echoes through it all. The universe is too perfectly balanced, too deeply ordered, too beautifully complex to be a mistake. And if that's true, then maybe, just maybe, we're not here by chance. Maybe we were created, maybe we were designed, and maybe we were loved into being.